Hello, my name's Lance, and this is my story of courage for #SpiritCore. In my teens, my life began to get complicated by my parents' divorce, deaths in the family, and largely due to choices I was making. To the casual observer, I appeared okay, but to the trained eye, things were starting to spin out of control. My mother's eye was well trained. She saw my efforts to charm my way through tricky patches for what they were. My mom, Mook, to family and close friends, was the person I was closest to in the world. She had a great sense of humor, but could be relentlessly direct. She was wise as well as smart. Although I was in the habit of trying to dodge what wisdom she was doling out, my friends weren't. Often I would come home to find a friend of mine sitting at the dining room table talking with Mook. That was the kind of woman she was. I get to college and I get into some trouble. Soon after, I need to take a break and go home. My mother's not pleased, but she's in my corner. Things get worse. My father dies. We'd not been close for years, but it still throws me for a loop. I pull myself together enough to get back to college, but the spinning out of control intensifies. Fast forward to age 21, fall of what should have been my senior year. My mother calls me and tells me she has cancer, lung and liver. Not to worry, she says. She's only 57. We'll beat this thing. And she does get off to a good start in beating it. And then in the space of a week, things go from improving to she has a month, to maybe a week, to my sister telling me I need to get home tonight, leave as soon as you can. I drive through the middle of the night and return to an empty home. A bit of sleep, and then I make my shaky way to the hospital. Riding up the elevator to her floor, I tell myself to stay calm, breathe, be ready for whatever condition she's in. She might not know my name. I go to the nurse's station and tell them I'm there to see Anne Cromwell. I'm her son. The nurse tells me she is so sorry, but my mom has just passed, not 10 minutes before. I was not ready for that. I had missed her. I shuffled in a daze around the corner toward her room, but I could not walk in. I stopped and leaned against the wall just outside her door. I had to go in, I had to see her, but I just stood there, back against the wall, completely paralyzed. Finally, drawing on I know not what, I take a deep breath and push myself off the wall, take the next steps, and walk into that room to see her and to say goodbye. She looked different, so calm, smooth, her face like porcelain. I felt that what made her her was leaving that room and was almost gone. I hadn't missed her entirely. Looking back, I can see how scared I was, and that though it didn't feel like a choice at the time, I did make a choice. I could have turned away and spun further out of control, but I did not. I dug deep and drew on her wisdom that was actually in me. In that moment, I chose to face things, to act, despite fear, which is what I now know courage is all about. I became an adult in that moment. Soon after that, my spinning out of control came to a stop. Thank you for listening. Please share your story of courage with us. Tag @SpiritSeriesUSA and join the #SpiritCore conversation. Together, we grow.